The Way of Blessedness, Part 1. I shall tell you a story from the Vedas tonight. The Vedas are the sacred scriptures of the Hindus and are a vast collection of literature, of which the last part is called the Vedanta, meaning the end of the Vedas. It deals with the theories contained in them and more especially the philosophy with which we are concerned. It is written in archaic Sanskrit, and you must remember it was written thousands of years ago. There was a certain man who wanted to make a big sacrifice. In the religion of the Hindus, sacrifice plays a great part. There are various sorts of sacrifices. They make altars and pour oblations into the fire and repeat various hymns and so forth. And at the end of the sacrifice, they make a gift to the Brahmins and the poor. Each sacrifice has its peculiar gift. There was one sacrifice where everything a man possessed had to be given up. Now this man, though rich, was miserly and at the same time wanted to get a great name for having done this most difficult sacrifice. And when he did this sacrifice, instead of giving up everything he had, he gave away only his blind, lame and old cows that would never give more milk. But he had a son called Nachiketa, a bright young boy who, observing the poor gifts made by his father and pondering on the demerit that was sure to accrue to him thereby, resolved to make amends for them by making a gift of himself. So he went to his father and said, "And to whom will you give me?" The father did not answer the boy, and the boy asked a second and a third time. When the father got vexed and said, "Thee I give on to Yama, thee I give on to death," and the boy went straight to the kingdom of Yama. Yam was not at home, so he waited there. After 3 days, Yam came and said to him, "O Brahmin, thou art my guest, and thou hast been here for 3 days without any food. I salute thee, and in order to repay thee for this trouble, I will grant thee 3 boons. Then the boy asked the first boon, "May my father's anger against me get calmed down." And the second boon was that he wanted to know about a certain sacrifice. And then came the third boon. When a man dies, the question arises, what becomes of him? Some people say he ceases to exist. Others say that he exists. Please tell me what the answer is. This is the third boon that I want. Then Death answered, "The gods in ancient times tried to unravel the mystery. This mystery is so fine that it is hard to know. Ask for some other boon, do not ask for this. Ask for a long life of 100 years. Ask for cattle and horses. Ask for great kingdoms. Do not press me to answer this. Whatever man desires for his enjoyment, ask all that and I will fulfill it. But do not want to know this secret." "No, sir," said the boy. "Man is not to be satisfied with wealth. If wealth were wanted, we should get it, if we have only seen you. We shall also live so long as you rule. What decaying mortal, living in the world below and possessed of knowledge, having gained the company of the undecaying and the immortal, will delight in long life, knowing the nature of the pleasure produced by song and sport? Therefore tell me this secret about the great hereafter. I do not want anything else. This is what Nachiketa wants, the mystery of death." Then the god of death was pleased. We have been saying in the last 2 or 3 lectures that this jnana prepares the mind. So you see here that the first preparation is that a man must desire nothing else but the truth, and truth for truth's sake. See how this boy rejected all these gifts which death offered him. Possessions, property, wealth, long life, and everything he was ready to sacrifice for this one idea, knowledge only, the truth. Thus alone can truth come. The god of death became pleased. "Here are 2 ways," he said, "one of enjoyment, another of blessedness. These 2 in various ways draw mankind. He becomes a sage who of these 2 takes up that which leads to blessedness, and he degenerates who takes up the road to enjoyment. I praise you, Nachiketas, you have not asked for desire. In various ways I tempted you towards the path of enjoyment, you resisted them all. You have known that knowledge is much higher than a life of enjoyment."